guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am back with a tiny home build and this one's kind of stretching the idea of a tiny home, but I had so much fun with this one. As you can see from the title, this is a home for a mad scientist. And of course I thought that this would fit perfectly in the world of Strangerville since it has the whole interesting conspiracy storyline going on here. So I thought a mad scientist would feel right at home here. So this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house coming in at 68,000 simoleons. And I think it's the first ever house that I have included that giant telescope observatory in ever. Like, that item is so big and I've never been able to use it. I've always wished that we had smaller telescopes in the game. We had like normal size ones in The Sims 4 or in The Sims 3. This is The Sims 4. And I've always wished that we had those in The Sims 4 because these ones are kind of ridiculous, but I thought it would be really fun and funky to use in this theme of a house. So I was excited to go ahead and use that, and everything should be functional on the roof. I don't think I've play tested this at this point in time, but I will before I upload it to the gallery and maneuver anything that needs to be maneuvered to make sure that everything is fully functional. But oh goodness, this was just like one of those passion projects where I was like, this sounds like a fun idea, and I sat down and I just did it in one sitting. I love those so much. I did one of those at the point when you're seeing this like a couple weeks ago where I did that tropical houseboat, but actually I'm recording this ahead of time because I'm pre-recording right now, because actually when this goes out, I'll be leaving for EA Play in 2 days, which is completely ridiculous and scary and exciting, and I am so excited. But right now it's actually the 26th of May for me, and I am doing a bit of pre-recording, which is really fun, so that there'll be a lot of content out on the channel while I am off in Los Angeles for EA Play. So this is just one of those things, and it was one of those ones, like I said, that I just sat down and I was building in one sitting because it was so fun. But anyway, the outside shape is coming together. It is quite boxy and modern, and it's got a lot of weird items from Strangerville, and I think a couple other packs as well. I think I used some Get to Work in here. I did not limit pack usage. I'm not sure if I'm having any limited pack builds coming out over the next week or two, but I'd like to do some more of that once I'm back at some point. Of course, I have no idea at this point in time what pack I might be getting to play with at EA Play. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe by the time that this video goes out, it will have been announced and we'll all be like, oh yeah, it's definitely this thing. But at this point in time, I have absolutely no idea. So we'll see what that is when it comes out, because I know I'm going to want to be making content for that, whatever it is. And then I'd like to at some point do some more like base game or limited pack builds, because I have a lot of fun with them, and I know a lot of you guys like that they are more accessible. Anyway, we are up on the roof now, and I added down all these planters because I thought it would be a fun idea to add some of these plants that came with Strangerville, since, I mean, this is a mad scientist, and I just thought it was really fun, so we added that. I also added this RV camper over on the side. I imagine that maybe they're going and doing extra experiments in there, or they're hiding out in there when they think aliens are coming. I just, it seemed appropriate, and I really liked it. And so we're just figuring out some roof trim over on this section. It's a very orange house. Orange and brown was the color scheme I went with here, and I quite liked how it came out. I also added these windows up here. I cannot remember if I left them there. I just know for a while I was liking that idea, and I messed around with it quite a bit. And then we also add some stains up here under these plants, so maybe they're leaking some kind of weird goo, which is disgusting, but I thought it made sense for this scientist or conspiracy theorist to be studying these plants, and there's just like this weird stuff coming from them, which is gross, but I just like the idea. So anyway, we're going to be getting in here to the floor plan. That little room off to the side ends up being the bathroom, and we actually end up having another room connected to where the window I just placed down was, and I keep that window there because I have that as a room I feel like they added after the fact, so it still has the outdoor siding on the outside, and it still has the window leading into it, but there's actually a room over there. You'll see that in a little bit, but first we're adding the kitchen over here, and then I used that shelf of stuff from Strangerville to kind of act as a room divider between the kitchen, living, and bedroom area, which I thought worked out pretty well, and of course gave us all of the crazy scientist vibes that I was going for. And I love this little alien like toy we got with Strangerville. It's so cute, and I thought it worked out really well for this kitchen. And of course, I used like all of the Strangerville posters in this house. I had to. They are so perfect, and I don't get to use them that often. I also got to use the lava lamp in this kitchen, which is an item I think I've only used once when Strangerville first came out, and I made some shipping, like a shipping container tiny home in the trailer park area of the world. And I love that item. I just feel like it doesn't fit with all the different builds, but I feel like I want to use the lava lamp more in a bunch of different builds. I have so many ideas written down. It's so inspiring, and I'm just really excited to build some more when I get back. I know right now, like, I'm deep in pre-recording, but when I get back from LA, I'm going to be so pumped to be doing some more recording, especially because I have so many ideas right now without knowing what the next pack is. And I'm sure there'll be even more ideas, like going crazy once I know what the theme is and what items we have. And I'm so excited to build. I'm having so much fun with this channel, and I just can't thank you guys enough. Like, you guys are the best highlight of my day every day. I love just sitting down and building things and sharing them with you guys, because it's something I really, really enjoy doing. And I love the feedback and the interaction, especially when I'm able to do some of the themes you guys suggest, or when we did that Let's Build. That was so fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway, back to the build before I just go off on a huge tangent. I'm using this table that we got with Strangerville that has all kinds of like little beakers and stuff on it. I thought it was kind of cool, and we just stick a small TV in here and a plant and kind of cover up some of it so we have some other items, and of course put a ton of papers under that table. I also used this old couch, which I think is from the flea market in City Living. I thought it worked out well for the vibe I was going for. And we have that little army type bed that we got with the, I assume for the military career, or modeled after that came with Strangerville as well, over on the other side of the room, because that's really all we had room for. And I imagine this place is kind of makeshift and just where they are mostly focusing on their research and their theories. So I didn't think it was important to have like a really big bed or anything here. But I think it's coming together, the floor plan in here. I do move the table, I think, to the middle of the kitchen right here. And I used those chairs, which are they either base game or get to work? They're chairs I never use because I don't really like them, but I felt like they fit for the theme of this house. They're kind of like older and not that stylish. I feel like this house is kind of put together, but it's also just a mishmash of random items that were cheap or old or damaged, because the like aesthetic and look of this place is not as important as doing all of the research. Of course, there's lots of cute posters and stuff around, but it's all related to what this person is working on and researching, and I thought it was cool. I also got to add the Simray, and then this little guy over here, I don't remember what it's called, but it's one of the inventions you can make with the scientist career with Get to Work, which that career was so fun to play through. So I was excited to add some of those things in here. I also added little police pictures over there because I imagined that the sim that lives here, this conspiracy theorist slash mad scientist, was actually somebody that used to be a cop, and they got way too entangled in this mystery they're trying to figure out that they kind of slowly went mad. But those are their old teammates they used to work with at the police station, so they have pictures of them kind of reminding them of their old life, because they were like this really esteemed police officer. I know it's really deep like integrated storyline, but that's kind of what I was thinking of. And then this is that little built-on room I added. I wanted to add a listening device because that is something that came with Strangerville. I wanted to make sure that if you were going to play the storyline of Strangerville in this house, that you had what you needed. So I went ahead and placed that down, and some more posters, of course, because I have to. And I love that one of the like Loch Ness Monster. It's so cute. I love it so much. And I added like some graffiti. I believe we added a bookcase in here as well. It's just a cute little, I mean, maybe not cute, but like it's just a little room that was obviously added as an afterthought to this building so that they had an extra space to go. And it has that big locking door on the outside that's like top secret, do not enter, which I thought was cool. And then in this bathroom, I used the shower from Get to Work, which is like contamination unit, like clean me off, which I thought made sense for the sim that I mentioned living here as well. And then I added this book over onto the bed using our red shelf. This red shelf is a CC item that I use to place items at more precise heights that you can't get to using 9 or 0. I link that down below if you guys are interested in downloading it. and it's just super helpful. Would highly recommend it if you're okay with using CC to place items. There is no custom content in this build though, because I do delete the shelf. I just use it to place items. So this build is completely custom content free, and it also okay, this is going up before I leave, so it should be on the gallery right now. This build should be on the gallery if you search Gryphi, or the hashtag MsGryphi if you guys would like to download it. There should also be a link down below to the gallery, like online website, a direct link to their website on where you can download this build. And I hope you guys did like it though. We're just finishing up the backyard. I added a rocket launch site. I kind of wanted it to be an already built rocket, but apparently grabbing already built ones off the gallery, they don't stay already built, which is kind of frustrating because I just wanted there to be a rocket in the backyard. I thought it would look cool. But you have what you need there if you do want to go ahead and build a rocket if you move into this house. So I think that works out pretty well. I also added like this little tool set that came with Get Famous onto this. I think it's kind of cool that they gave us the items that you can kind of promote and Get Famous when you get those gigs for commercials. So I thought that was just kind of a cute thing to add in here. And then a couple of decorations up on this bookcase as well. And using our red shelf again. I love that red shelf. It's so helpful. I'm trying to think what else we do. I think we just add a couple more decorations to the bathroom and maybe some more landscaping, because I did add a car out here using that. That's a sized up toy car. I do that in a lot of my builds, but that like parking spot was a debug item that we got from Strangerville, which I enjoyed using because I don't think I've used it yet. It's one of those items that they unlocked after the fact, and I used a ton of the plants in this build because they are so beautiful and they match the world, and I just love them. I hope we get more plants in future packs. That's probably top of my list. Anyway, we're coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.